Welcome back to the talk show. For those of you that just tuned in, I am your host, Suri Smith. So we've shown you the gorgeous RS5 and given you some options. Up next, the Superbike Festival was recently held at Kyalami. Lots happened. Let's take a look at what went down.
We're delighted to welcome government, industry, press, communities to officially launch the third edition of South Africa Bike Festival. Now cemented as the continent's leading annual industry showcase, our goal continues to build the event's content, grow commercial opportunity for the trade, our economic development, and encourage and promote benefits for riding two wheels in Africa. What could the future be for the industry, and what could this industry deliver for South Africa's future? Independence and mobility. Auto Trader is the first motoring media platform to go fully digital and provide instant connections between buyers and sellers every day. Auto Trader hosts the largest automotive audience in South Africa and is the 7th most visited site in the country.
We need to change the language. And I'm not saying physically change the language, the way in which we market needs to change.
Online and digital and technology doesn't give you is a face, is a warmth, is a feeling, is an experience.
We are being approached now, we've been approached by two OEMs, two of the biggest German OEMs. I'm not going to mention their names, but you can guess who they are. Two of the biggest German OEMs, who now want to pay Auto Trader to market the dealership's used cars, which has never been seen before. So the focus on used is incredibly important.
We know, if I ride into Soweto, let me tell you guys, it will stand still. It literally, people just, there it will stand still. So the appetite is there. But there is that huge lifestyle. The guys are in the gear, the guys are, and it's lovely to see.
I've just met up with Karine. She's the CEO of Kickstart Bike Shop. Thanks so much for taking your time and chatting to us.
No problem.
You've got quite a lineup. I am a huge fan of a Ninja. I have always wanted one.
It's beautiful. I wish I could say it was mine, but it actually isn't. That is just a
but you were
display bike.
telling me something very interesting about this baby.
That is correct, yes. This is the iconic 150. So this is a brand new delivery bike that is launched in South Africa. The first container was quite a hit, it sold out. And it is the cheapest quality delivery bike you can get in SA.
Amazing.
At about 14,000 including that.
That is not a bad price at all. Options, options, options. Now, we like to give you, the consumer, some options. So, if you are in the market to buy, let's see whether you would rather prefer any of the following beauties. Let's start off by recapping on the star of our show, which is none other than the Audi RS5. The powerful machine houses a 2.9-litre V6 petrol engine that pushes out 331 kilowatts of power and 600 newton meters of torque, which will have you reach 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.9 seconds. All that power won't break the bank though, as it consumes on average a claimed 8.7 litres per 100 kilometers. Then you could also take a look at the BMW M4 Competition Pack, which is priced slightly higher. The M4 houses a sporty 3-litre petrol engine, which delivers 331 kilowatts of power and 550 newton meters of torque. All that power, as well as quick gear changes from the M double clutch transmission, will have you reach 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4 seconds. You also won't spend too much on fuel when commuting about normally, as it has a claimed average figure of 8.3 litres per 100 kilometers. Lastly, you could take a look at the gorgeous Mercedes-Benz C63S Coupe, which is priced highest out of the lot. The C63 houses a powerful 4-litre V8 engine that pushes out 375 kilowatts of power and, wait for it, a whopping 700 newton meters of torque. All that power will have you reach 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in a mere 3.9 seconds. And it won't make such a huge dent in your pocket when driven economically, as it has a claimed average figure of 8.9 litres per 100 kilometers. Lots has been happening in the world of motoring. Up next, motoring news.
Arguably the most important and exciting qualifying session of the season. Welcome along to round 6 of the Formula One World Championship in 2018. It's the Monaco Grand Prix. Max Verstappen is out of qualifying. They have to change the gearbox in his Red Bull. They're not going to be able to do that, send him out on the track in time. Magnussen is struggling, Martin. He's got one more lap to try and get out of the bottom 5.
Car looked all over the place. Tail end sliding oversteer on the powering out of corners. Bottas then will be the first of the big guns to complete a lap.
Hamilton next across the line and does so with a 1:11.2, so it's Hamilton on provisional pole position. Daniel Ricciardo, who was on pole of course here in 2016, would have taken the win, but they got it all wrong with the pit stops. Now to go into the 110s. What a lap! Ain't going to be on pole today, but he is on the front row at the moment as we go on with Lewis Hamilton through the swimming pool chicane.
50% done. Let's finish it tomorrow.
It's lights out and away we go. 227 metres down to turn 1. Ricciardo and Vettel getting very close together. Ricciardo leads from Vettel, from Hamilton, from Raikkonen, Bottas, and Ocon just staying ahead of Fernando Alonso. Through Beau Rivage we go and rising up towards Casino Square. Kimi Raikkonen right behind Lewis Hamilton. Ricciardo pulling away from Sebastian Vettel. We're on board with Max Verstappen, who's already got past Grosjean and Magnussen right at the start.
Perfect start from Ricciardo. Moved over just to check the Ferrari up a little bit. And there's the race leader then. They decided to react.
Out onto the racetrack comes Daniel Ricciardo. Raikkonen has covered him in the Ferrari. Back out once more. Daniel Ricciardo onto the racetrack. Nice stop from him and from the Ferrari team as well. He's going to go for it. Of course he is. He's Max Verstappen. Down towards the chicane he goes. This time he's cut the chicane but comes back over the curb and still stays ahead. What is Leclerc's problem? And is Leclerc actually going to go for it here? And oh, he can't stop! And he has gone straight on into Brendan Hartley. You could see that that was coming. Charles Leclerc's first ever home Grand Prix at Monaco has ended with retirement and big damage as well to the Toro Rosso of Brendan Hartley. Today in Monte Carlo, it's redemption day for Daniel Ricciardo. He wins the Monaco Grand Prix and he will celebrate that for a long, long time to come. Sebastian Vettel comes home to take second place and close Lewis Hamilton's championship lead. Hamilton in third place completes the podium lineup ahead of Kimi Räikkönen and Valtteri Bottas fighting it out to the finish. Behind them, Esteban Ocon, sixth place for Force India, Gasly, Hulkenberg and Verstappen.
Absolutely amazing.
And soaks up the champagne for a 7th Grand Prix victory and the most special so far.
Vettel jumped the start there, didn't he?
And in other news, fuel prices will jump to record highs in June on the back of stronger international oil prices and a deficit carried over from April. This is according to the Automobile Association, which was commenting on unaudited month-end fuel data released by the Central Energy Fund. The rand traded at a fairly narrow band against the US dollar throughout May. However, international oil prices have come under strong pressure, accounting for 2/3 of the price rise which will come into effect next Wednesday, the 6th of June, according to the Automobile Association. The association says this month's price hike also includes a large deficit carried over from April. The Department of Energy's monthly closeout happened early due to the public holidays in April, after which the rand lost almost 60 cents against the US dollar in a matter of a day. This meant a substantial fuel price rise was a near certainty from the start of May, the AA explains. Petrol is expected to rise by up to 85 cents a litre, diesel by 87 cents, and illuminating paraffin by 82 cents. Of particular concern is the expected increase to the price of paraffin. The AA says that this increase comes following several fuel hikes and increases to other commodities and services the past few months, which have hit the poorest the hardest. It also notes that this increase comes at a time when many people will rely on paraffin for heating in the winter months. There appears to be some possibility of a lower oil price in the medium term, with OPEC countries discussing a production increase. However, this will rely on a stable rand for fuel users to feel the benefit, which is not certain at this stage. We advise fuel users to expect further hikes and continue to economize in all possible ways, the AA concludes.
Unfortunately, we have come to the end of our show, but do tune in again next week when we'll start up our engines once again. Until then, from me, Suri Smith, buckle up and drive safe.